Hi, it's Dirk with Remodel AI, and I'm here with another user request from Sarah who would like some help with work on the front of her house. So she would like to add some conversions, some dormer windows, change the porch roof, I guess here, and then she would like to add a double door and would like help seeing how this is done. So we can work on some of these things. I think dormer windows will be tough here. Dormer windows are when the window kind of has a structure sticking out of the roof. I don't think your roof is steep enough of a grade to have dormer windows. So normally you'd have a third floor here that was kind of hidden, like an attic area, and the dormer roof would stick out of that area. So I don't think you have a steep enough wind or roof line to do that. So I don't know where you'd want those. But anyway, I can show you how to play with this stuff, and you can give it a try. So let me switch over to the app. Again, I'm on my iPad emulator here, so this will look a little bit different on your phone, but it is the same app on both Android and iPhone, whether you're using a phone or a tablet. I'm going to jump into the exterior editor because we're going to be doing a lot of edits, and I'm going to load your image. So the first thing I'm going to do is let's try changing this area to a double door, and I think you also wanted to change this roof area. So you left it kind of open-ended. So what I would do here is I would just, let's see what the AI comes up with. So the way I would go about doing this is using the replace tool. And then you tell it what area you want to replace. So let's just say, let's get rid of this, all this, and allow it to change this roof line. And let's put a front double door in. So on the next step, you're going to describe what you want the new image to look like or replace in this area. So let's give the AI some guidance. Let's say a nice double door entryway to a nice modern home. I would say this is modern. It's white stucco, black windows. And obviously you've used the app to do some work on the house already, so I don't know what the original house looks like. But so I'll just walk you through how to make the changes that you haven't already made. That kind of did a recessed door. I was thinking more, that's really nice. I don't know if you want to do this kind of recessed door. I assume you want to keep that room. But it's an interesting idea nonetheless. I really actually like that. I think that fits great with the house and existing windows in the front door. I would probably do a little bit more windows in the door. But again, it depends on your privacy. But again, you can sit here and hit generate as many times as you like. You don't have to get the perfect result the first time. You can play with the prompt. You can also go back to the previous step and give the AI a larger area to work with. So I would encourage you to experiment and try different things and see what the AI comes up with. And then when you're finally done, okay, that changed the roof a bit too much. That doesn't make a lot of sense. That's cool. It really does like recessing the front door. And I don't know if that's what you're going for. I would assume we'd want the door more out. So if we go to the original, but it does kind of fit nicely, I must say. But I'm assuming there's kind of a room there. So what you can do is, if we don't want this, I really like this, but that's probably not realistic. We can go back and say, well, let's give it a little bit less area to work with. So I'm going to click on erase here. And I'm going to say, you know what? Keep the entryway there. So all I did was not allow it to change this area here. If I zoom in a bit, you'll be able to see it better. That way I think it will not recess the front. And then let me also say we want to keep this window. Something like that. So then I'm going to go back to this step. I'm just going to use the same prompt I did. Again, you could try different prompts all day. So I would expect slightly different results here because we gave it a different, quote, mask. A mask is the area of the image that we asked it to change. And we didn't change anything else. We gave it the same exact prompt. So let's see what it comes up with now. That's not a double. That is a double. That is getting closer. So we have one step up or two steps up and then a door. And it did change this roof line, but I think you asked in your post to, change and explore new roof lines. So that's how I would go about doing this. I like this horizontal slat door. Once you're done, and again, you can go back and hit this a million times. You just click accept, and then you would move on to your next thing, which let me check real quick in your post. What else you wanted to explore? Change the roof, I think. Oh, dormer windows. So I don't think this is going to work because I don't think your roof is steep enough, but here's how you go about doing it. You would also use the replace tool. The replace tool you can use for anything. So replacing any area of the photo with something else. That can be replacing something with nothing if we wanted to remove these plants, or add another bench, or even change the landscaping. We can really use replace for anything. If I wanted to add dormer windows, I would do something like this. But again, I don't think the AI is going to want to do this because it doesn't make a lot of sense. But this is what I would do. Click next and say a roof with dormer windows. I don't know, maybe you wanted them down here, but that doesn't make any sense either because there's no floor in between these two. Let's just see if it works. No, it doesn't want to add the window, and I didn't think it would. But you can give this a bunch of tries. You can try again and again. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, so I don't think the AI is going to want to do it either. But you can try bigger mask. You can try different prompts. The reason I don't think it's going to make sense is because it would have to stick way up beyond the top of the roof line, I think, to really work here. But comment on your post if there was something else you meant by that, and I will try to work on that. And then one last tip I'll give you is when you're done with your whole process, I would go over here. One of the things is, clearly you were not a pro user yet, so it added the watermark down here. When you're a pro user, just go here and you can replace that as well. You don't even need to give it a prompt. Just say replace this with something else. And then I'll help you get rid of watermarks. This can work for any watermark, including, if you're looking at a house and do a lot of house shopping like a lot of people do, a lot of the images have watermarks. You can go in there and remove that and say, just replace this with nothing. And that's a pretty good before and after. It obviously just guesses what's behind there because it doesn't know, but something like that. When you're done, I would go over to a creative upscaler or the accurate upscalers, a couple different upscalers to just get a higher resolution image. And strength determines how many details it can add while it's upscaling the image. The reason that's a thing is because when you're upscaling image to a much larger image, the AI is actually adding details that are not present. And the strength controls how many details it's allowed to add. So if you turn that way up, it will change your image quite a lot. If you turn it down, it won't change your image much at all. So sometimes it takes some experimenting to play with the strength. But here you can see, before and after, that's a much cleaner image. So it took your image and it cleaned it up a lot. And I will save that and I will post it on the forums. If you have any other questions, let me know. Thank you for your post.